What's up, everyone, and welcome to episode number 440 of the Action Movie Guys podcast. I'm your host, Nate, and my co-host is
Alex Figueroa.
And on this episode, we are continuing on with our water-based action films month. Now, I paired these two together, not knowing I didn't even think about the fact that they were both Hasbro properties. So we are doing a little movie from 2012 called Battleship. You know, I'm going to give you some fun facts and some Rotten Tomato scores. But before I do, I know off air we talked about it a little bit, but Alex, Battleship, you had said you'd never seen it.
Yeah.
But actually you did?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when?
So, I don't remember. You know what it was? I think I saw it on like Netflix or Prime.
Okay.
Because sometimes, like, if I'm not doing nothing, there's no baseball on or whatever, I randomly pick a movie that I've never seen and I'll pop it on. Now, sometimes I should do it with newer movies, but I don't. I just randomly go, I've never seen this. Boom, action movie. And I felt like I did that with this one. Because when I started to remember, okay, this Gambit guy. And it has Rihanna. And I was like, okay, I got it. But yeah, it's not like I brought it or anything like that, but I did see it digital.
Okay. All right. Very good. So yeah, I saw this one at the theater, obviously. When we do this podcast, almost every movie released like after 2000, I've seen in the theater. If I've seen it, most of them, not all of them. So yes, I saw this one at the theater. I have it on 4K. By the way, it is not what the point of the show is. 4K looks amazing at this. This movie looks freaking outrageous and it's loud as crap. And I watched it late at night. So sorry, neighbors. I don't know. They're probably mad, but
that's why they're getting back at you with the wood chopping.
That's why they're doing wood chippers outside and being very loud. All right, let me give you some fun facts about this one. This one has a interesting production history. So they had tagged the budget. So first of all, directed by Peter Berg, who we like.
Yeah.
He's directed a ton of fun movies. The ones we've done here so far, Deepwater Horizon, The Rundown. We did both of those here. We haven't done some of his other ones, but they're coming up. Like we will be doing Lone Survivor. I think we're doing Patriots.
Didn't he do 22 Miles?
We didn't do Mile 20. You watched it, but we didn't. We didn't review it.
I think he did that one though.
We didn't do Mile 22 yet, but he did direct that. And then Friday Night Lights. Back in the day, he was the director of that movie, the football movie. So a good director. This originally had a budget. Okay, this is the funny part that I read that I was like, it made me laugh. Originally had a production budget of $150 million. However, what happened was it had a very troubled pre-production and Universal was going to cancel the film altogether, which would have resulted in a $30 million loss. But instead, they decided to increase the budget to try to take advantage of tax breaks and things. So the budget actually went up from $150 to $220 million. Now, the movie ultimately ended up in a loss of $150 million for Universal and Hasbro, rather than a $30 million if they just canceled it. So in hindsight, for them, would have been better. But for us, it would not have been better because then this movie, we wouldn't be able to review it. So yes, that was pretty funny. Also, Jeremy Renner originally tagged to star in this movie as our lead, but then had to drop out and they went younger, went with our boy John Carter himself, Taylor Kitsch, and they went that route. Who I like Taylor Kitsch. I don't even know. I know he was one of those actors who like they tried to force down everybody's throat, but I like it. I pretty much like him in everything he's in. So fine with me. Interesting cast, which we'll talk about more when we get to the characters. Yeah, so this was something that was, and of course, based on a board game. I don't know how many other Clue, right?
Clue, yeah.
And then what else? This might be it. There's only two that exist so far. Waiting for that Scrabble movie to come
Scrabble,
out.
Trouble.
Yahtzee. Yahtzee, the movie.
Yahtzee.
So yeah, and a board game that doesn't have a storyline. You just pick spots and try to blow them up. So they had to make everything up on the fly. We're going to give you our thoughts in just a moment. Let me give you these Rotten Tomato scores. They're not amazing, not surprisingly. 34% from the critics. 54% from the audience. Although on the critic side, Roger Ebert gave it a positive review when he was alive. So and in hindsight, there's actually been a lot of reviews in retrospect that are more positive on the movie than when it first came out. But Alex, do you find these numbers surprising at all?
Nope.
Me neither, honestly.
No.
For this kind of movie, if anything, I'd say they're kind of high.
The audience is a little too high for me. Critics, I think it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about it. First, let's get into our lead. Now, we do have a lead character in this movie. He is played, of course, by Taylor Kitsch. His name is Lieutenant Alex Hopper. It is a little bit of an ensemble. It got that disaster movie feel where you're kind of jumping around a little bit, but he is our main guy. Take it away. What do you think of our leads here?
Okay. So he was. I could totally see Jeremy Renner in this movie. Like, this was a character that I think he would have nailed. Like, with the sarcasm, Jeremy Renner is like, he's an all around good actor, and he has charisma.
Yeah.
Now, the guy who plays John Carter, it worked. You know, it's funny. Also, a person that I could have also would have been Chris Pine would have been good in this role. I could totally see Chris Pine do a great job in this movie. But yeah, in terms of your boy Gambit, he was good. I don't think he was bad. I like John Carter. I mean, we did the review here, and I didn't think it was that bad of a movie that everyone made it seem like. I enjoyed it. I think he's a very good lead. I don't think he's like top-notch lead, but I think he did a good job helming this movie. But he was surrounded by a lot of great actors. Yeah. I mean, Oscar award winners too. Not even like this dude. I didn't even know Rami Malek was in this damn thing.
Yeah, he's the guy who Liam Neeson goes to him. He's like, "Sir, we can't find him on the radar or whatever." That's Rami Malek.
Yeah,
Jesse Plemons
Oscar
is in
award
this.
winner
When he was younger, Jesse Plemons, he's his friend. He was young and skinny in this.
Yeah, very young and skinny. I'm like, he's a good actor. I was like, Rihanna was actually pretty good in this too. I'm not going to lie. I thought she was really good. I thought she would be miscasted, but I was like, watching the movie, I'm like, she didn't say much and she did a very good job in this role. To be really honest with you, I think everybody did their part and then some. I think they had very fun making this movie. This movie looked like they had a blast filming.
Filmed in Hawaii, probably having a good time off set.
Oh, I would be Hawaiiing it up also, having some Hawaiian sweetbread and all that good stuff. Yeah, so it looked like they had a great time. Liam Neeson was in this movie also as the admiral in this.
And the Asian dude from, he was in Mortal Kombat. He plays the other captain of the...
the one that he had Asian, a fight with.
The one who kicked him in the face during the soccer game. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, so again, a very good
boy
thing.
From Ghostbusters 2.
Oh yeah, my boy, the Vigo. Yeah. Yeah. Yanish. I think his name. Yeah, Yanish. But so I think that in terms of lead, he was good. I gave him a 3. I thought he was good. In terms of an ensemble, I think this is a 4. I think it was great because I like when the old dudes came out too with the destroyer.
Remember that's one of the best parts.
Yeah, remember they broke down like they talked about the 2 ships and they were like that the destroyer could withstand all this damage, and I was like, I guess bag. Yeah, and then the old guys is like, we're joining the fight.
I like when the guys are just standing like this.
Yeah, the whole dude.
Old guy just hanging out.
I don't know how we're gonna go with this. Are we gonna go with the ensemble or are we gonna go with just your boy?
I scored him. I did, but I like what I think it's good context. So yeah, I mean, as a group, I think they're strong too.
I think I'm gonna go with the group because this was a ship. Because pretty much is a ship battle versus the aliens. It's not just one guy making decisions. It was everybody. Yeah. I'm gonna give it a 4. I think everyone was great, including my old dudes from the Intrepids.
Those are the best guys.
Those are the dudes that were like, are you just going to stand there or are you going to put your eye in that hole?
All right, well, then I just changed my score because I did the same thing. I had a 3, just scoring Taylor Kitsch, and not his fault. Again, I think his performance is fine, and I actually really like the beginning of the movie because it does set him up, right? Like he's a kind of a loser. His older Alexander Skarsgård is in this. Didn't even mention him. He's his older brother, who you could tell they love each other, but the older brother's like, bro, you're pissing me off. Like, you live on my couch. You don't do nothing. You're getting arrested. You're getting all this stuff. I like the chicken burrito part. It makes me laugh. I think the beginning is funny. Yeah, the beginning of the movie is funny. Everything before the actual aliens show up, it's kind of funny. There's a lot of really good sneaky dialogue, like the part where he goes to get the chicken burrito and the lady's leaving the gas station and she's like, it's too late for that burrito. It's too many complex carbs. And she just drives away. But like, if you're not paying attention, you won't even hear it. And it made me laugh. Him falling through like that whole scene is funny. Then he shows up and he has the burrito and he's getting tased. Like, I liked it. And it sets you up. He's kind of endearing. He's like an endearing loser. You know what I mean? But it works for when he has to take command, right? It's like it's like Captain Kirk from the Star Trek, right? From the J.J. Abrams. He's like, he's a troublemaker. He's always but then when it comes down to it, he's going to learn how to be a leader. Same thing here, pretty much. So I liked him. But I don't think he's like amazing. So I gave him a 3. However, as a group, I agree with you. I love I love his interactions with everybody. Rihanna, she's fine. I did read that she took the role because she felt like she would be able to do it because it wasn't like 1,000 lines of dialogue. It was like just enough. Look cool, say your few lines. She has a good one like, mahalo, mother. And then it stops right then. I wish they would have finished. That would have been hilarious. Mahalo. Jesse Plemons is great. I like their interaction. He's like, sir, I need you to give me a command. Like you could tell he can't function unless he's like, I liked all of that. So I give him a 4. I'm gonna stick with the 4 for the leads of this movie.
Okay.
All right. Now, main villains, we got an alien race who kind of looks like people, but has an advanced technology, and they're from Planet G, wherever that Planet G out there in space. What did you think about the G birds? I don't know what they're called, but
the G's. Well, look, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know what the hell's going on with the aliens. I honestly didn't know what was the purpose of the aliens. I was just like, okay, they landed on Earth. I don't know if they were doing resources, like they're taking resources. I hope that that's what they were doing, but they were trying to send a beacon. I don't know if they were sending a beacon for the other G's to come in, like to come and go, we could conquer this planet.
All right, I could tell you what happened real quick. What happened was they were coming. You remember when he touched him and he could see what was going to happen? It was going to be a war. They were going to take over Earth, basically.
Right.
Take over the planet, resources, most likely. When they were coming in, their communication thing blew up in China. So now they were going to use the satellite to send the beacon because theirs blew up. They weren't going to need that satellite at all. But now they needed it because theirs blew up in China. So yeah, they were going to send for their reinforcements to, hey, we're here. We come down, blow these people up. That was their plan.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. For Battleship, well, I guess that's more storyline. I'll say in terms of villains, they were good. They were really good. I think the problem with these type of movies, it felt very Transformer. And I think this is a problem that I have. And G.I. Joe, and I wanted to say this also with G.I. Joe, it looked exactly like they took the same cameras for Transformers and they were like, okay, we're gonna do these movies because they all had the same color schemes. Like even this movie looked very Transformer, very like from the girl. She looked a little tan. She looked hot. She was
Brooklyn Decker.
Yeah, she looked like Megan Fox. It literally was just pretty much Transformers on water. And I felt the same thing with G.I. Joe. It had like that same feel to it. Now, in terms of this one, I would say in terms of the villains, I kind of liked them. I thought they were really cool. I liked them more on the ocean than in person. And that's just me. Like, it felt very Star Trek-y. Like you said, Star Trek. It did feel like that when they got on board. And I didn't like it as much. I didn't like their design. I mean, I'm not too crazy with their alien design, but I loved their ship on the water. Hopping. They can hop only. They can't hover. They can't, they're not like a boat. They just jump. They like frogs. They jump for some reason. So I thought that was cool. One thing I will say, very genius, is their missiles is the peg pieces to the Battleship game. Right. I thought that was very, for anyone out there that played Battleship, those were actually the pegs that you play in the board. I thought that was genius. I thought Peter Borg, genius dude.
You got to figure out a way to get, if you're making a movie based off a board game with no plot, you got to figure some way to get it board game.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that was genius. But in terms of the alien, they were very formidable. They destroyed mad ships. I wish they'd utilized the line though. Like when the thing is going down, they like, you sunk my battleship or some corny. Because I always think of I know you're gonna laugh because I bet you laughed on this too. I always think of Batman Forever when Two-Face is playing with Jim Carrey Battleship.
Oh yeah,
and he's like, I'm gonna warm it up, and then he shoots and he goes, you sank my battleship.
It would have been funny if someone was like watching it on TV.
Oh yeah,
and Jim Carrey pop up.
Yeah, that would have been funny. Yeah, that's true. It could have been the scene in the movie. Yeah,
a little inside joke.
Yeah, that would have been funny. But anyway, in terms of aliens, I gave them a 4. I thought they were really good, and I love the ball one that goes everywhere.
Ball of Terror?
Yeah, the Ball of Terror was like really good. So anyway, I gave it a 4. I thought they were good.
We're on the same page again. I also gave them a 4. In a movie where your villains don't talk, they don't have any dialogue at all, at this point and in this style of movie, it's got to come down to how hard are they to kill and how much destruction do they cause. And the fact of the matter is they blow up 2 Navy ships, including this dude's brother. They blow him up. They blow up the Japanese one. Even though some of them survive, but still, they go on the land. They destroy the freaking the Air Force base. They blow that thing like crazy. The balls. They're blowing up like the highway system. Great. I mean, if you're not going to talk, you got to do a lot of destruction, and they do. And they do a lot. What I like is that they did a lot of destruction, but in a small area. They didn't blow up every major city they were trying to, but where they were, they did a crazy amount of damage. I agree. I like the design of their ships. ships. I think they're cool. My only problem, I only have one problem with them, which keeps it from a 5. And this is, I don't know why movies do this. Their design is okay. It kind of makes sense that they kind of look like people because they live on a planet that's kind of like Earth. That's the whole point. It has land, it has water, blah, blah, blah. Their eyes are a little different. And that's my nitpick. They came to a planet with bright sunlight and they can't look at sunlight, right? They get blind. Like, now, okay, the writers try. They say, well, what if they have super sunglasses? Pretty much, right? Okay, sure. But I don't like when there's like the super fatal flaw, right? That's the super. Remember War of the Worlds? Like the dudes can't get germs. They get germs, they are wiped out. Here, you hit them with some sunlight, they don't know what's going on anymore. They become, so, or signs, right? They come to a planet that's full of water and they're allergic to water. Like, I don't like that. So I like when they find a way to defeat them without there being like, this one thing. Minor nitpick though, honestly. Because at least they thought about it and were like, okay, how can we combat this? They have visors. Their windows are covered with this, whatever. Fine. I gave them a 4 though. I think they're formidable. They mean business. They lose, but they kill a lot of people and they kill a main character. Any villains that kill a main character, I think is good. And Alexander Skarsgård, he bit the bullet. He got that peg landed right by him. He was like, oh shoot, I'm dead.
No, it landed a whole damn boat. It was like poop, 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 poop. I was like, damn, you were not coming out of there alive.
Nah, dead. All right, so 4 for both of us. Battleship off to a pretty good start. Let's get to the action. Yep. What do you got in this category?
Oh, hands down, this thing is a 5. I mean, first of all, you said everything. First, the destruction of them invading, amazing. I always love when the aliens try to take out all the American weapons first. Like, we cannot have these guys come back and beat us up. I liked it. I thought that was really fun. But I know you hate water stuff, and I'm there with you. I'm not big on water fights.
Especially underwater.
Underwater. Yeah, that's worse. And I'm very picky with the over the top water too. It's like sometimes it's boring. But what Peter Berg does with this movie, he doesn't throw all his eggs in one basket. He'll give you a little bit of pop here, a little pop there. And I love when they were shooting their missiles and they can't hit, they can't figure it out. And then my favorite scene in the movie is when they take him to the close land and then the sun is coming up and then they shoot the 50 calibers and they break their shade and they're blinded. And he's like, give it all you got. He's like, Papa. I mean, my subwoofers were going crazy. I loved it. I was really into the movie. I was like, wow, this is cool. When they blew up their ship and I was like, wow, it was pretty dope too because they lost their ship, which I was like, okay, cool. Then they went analog. They went to the destroyer and I loved it. They got the old guys in it. And I think this is the first action movie, I gotta say, utilizing old vets into the movie, it brought some fun stuff to it. I don't know what it is. Like seeing the old guys they look like they were having fucking fun in that boat. Like they look like they were back and transported back to they were young. Yeah. Like they were.
That one guy was like cranking that.
Yeah, he was cranking that shit. Like they were like having. I have a feeling. And I didn't see behind the scenes. I know you do more of that than I do. I have a feeling Peter Berg had these motherfuckers shooting this shit for real in the ocean. Because they were literally loading the damn things up. They were cranking it. And I don't think you could misfire those type. You know what I mean? Because they would look like they really shot in a boat. It's not like they was.
They shot on actual ships.
That's what I was saying. Yeah. Like I think
USS Missouri and that one that was real.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like they look like they were like they were having fun. Like back, they were like, oh, we get to do this again, and they putting powder and I loved it. I thought it was fun. I love the utilization with the old and new military guys working together in this boat. I liked also about the camaraderie of both. It's not like they knew it all, but what I liked is like the guys knew the newer ship and they didn't know about the old stuff, old stuff. And I love how Rihanna was with the old analog on how to wheel it, and the guys were there showing her. Like I don't know, I just like that stuff. I just hate when the guys will go from like a new thing into an older ship and they know how to operate it. It's like, when the hell did you know how to operate this old 1960s battleship boat? Like, so I like that. The ending fight, I thought it was cool. I thought it was really fun. But yeah, I thought overall I had a very fun popcorn. This is really a popcorn flick. And you said it failed in the box office, right?
Big time. It lost like 200 plus million.
Which is weird because like we did a lot of movies in that type of budget that kind of stinks.
Transformers? I mean, you made the comparison. The second one is god awful. It made like $1 billion.
Yeah, I think this one was way better than Transformers. Yeah. But anyway, I mean, I gave it like I said, a 5.
You know what? I agree. This is what I'm talking about. This is the right level of popcorn action that I need. All right. It's on water, but they never go underwater. Thank God. Right.
Thank God it was
They shoot some torpedoes. I'm okay with torpedoes. Everything
Yeah.
else, don't like it. Don't punch, don't fight. There's no underwater ships. They're not like little spaceships or whatever. You know, like I hate that. They don't do that. They stay on top of the water, and great music cues in this as well. Like the AC/DC song when the old guys are like, when they're building, it's like building up.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so good. There's a couple like really good music cues in here. Yeah, this movie's awesome. Peter Berg, he directed these action scenes fantastic. First of all, this movie's 13 years old now, and it looks amazing. Even still, like the effects are great. So that crazy high budget, I mean, at least it doesn't look cheap at all. Like it looks fantastic. The CGI is very good. The creature design is cool, like with the suits, you know, when they're fighting with the suits and stuff, that's cool. But yeah, you get a lot of explosions, dude, and people be getting blown up. Like when those ships get blown up, it's awesome. The scene at the end, which this whole scene cracks me up. I love it. When Taylor Kitsch and the Asian guy, they're out there, and he's like, the art of war. Fight them where they're not. Hit the thing. Drop the anchor. And they drop the anchor. And then the thing is like basically doing like a spin. And he's like, fire everything. I'm losing my mind. I'm like, this is awesome. We should fire everything. They're blowing him up. And then at the end, he's like, art of war. And then the Asian guy's like, that's not what that means. And he's like, not even close. But it worked. Like whatever he was thinking, it worked. Bro, that part cracked. He thought he was like,
oh, that's right. Yeah, he goes, oh, I finally found the meaning of that art of war.
From the art of war.
Line.
Yeah.
He's
like, fight them where they're not. He's like, but that's not what he means. Because earlier in the movie, he brings up the art of war, and the Japanese guy's like, that book is Chinese. I don't like it. He acts like he never read it. But then at the end, you find out he did read it, and he's like, this guy didn't even get it. Like he misinterpreted. It's hilarious. The action's awesome. I mean, let's be real. Those balls, I love the balls. The balls of terror when they're rolling on the thing, and then when the one had like the little tail when the helicopter.
Oh, that was dope.
Smash! Like, yeah, okay, it's a little transformery, but guess what? Doesn't make it not awesome. Still awesome.
Yeah, you're right.
Destruction on level 100 on this. I'm in it 5. I give it a 5 as well. All right, storyline.
All right, I brought it down a bit.
Okay.
Because I really did not know what the hell I was watching. It was the alien, like it wasn't as clear to like what's, because like it felt like it was 3 movies mashed into one. We had Independence Day. We had a little bit of Transformers, the one with the alien with the beacon. What was the one? I felt like
the third one.
The third one. I felt a little bit like that one. Then it a little bit felt like Star Trek a bit. I mean, it felt like the 2009 Star Trek movie, right? It felt that bold into one, which is sometimes a good thing, sometimes a bad thing. In this part, I felt like it was a little bit bad for me because, again, you said it. And they have to come up with an idea for a board game that could work, having boats in the ocean. Now, cool. They decided to use aliens instead of like humans, like another Battleship type thing. And I could see why they did what they did. And I guess at the time of 2012, robots were big, right? Because I think Pacific Rim came out also around that time.
Yeah.
Right? Transformers came out around another Transformers movie around that time. So I would say, while I did enjoy the movie for what it was, and I kind of like it more from the human's point of view, I love the atmosphere that they created. So I give it a 3. I thought it was good. To me, it wasn't like a 4 or 5 because I think the alien part hindered it. And especially at the end, when the dude with the 2 legs, again, he was a real military guy, vet. So I'm not going to go very bad actor, but I didn't like those scenes when they were reactivating the beacons again. I thought it was a little bit too, for me, it was a little too off for me. But one scene though that was pretty funny is when the scientist came up and he saw them and he was like, "Oh my God, he's one of them!"
Oh yeah, are you a cyborg?
Yeah, I thought that was freaking funny. I thought that was funny. I laughed at that because I was like, okay, I could see someone having a panic attack seeing someone with metal legs. But other than that, I thought a 3 for me. This was a good movie.
I think it's funny too with that guy. Yeah, he's an actual military guy. Like he was in the army for 20 years, real double amputee, horrible actor. And Brooklyn Decker, she's a supermodel, gorgeous, also a bad actor. And I like how Peter Berg, he was smart. He's like, I'm just gonna stick the 2 worst actors together. Y'all go over there, walk on this mountain. That's your part. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna get you involved with the good actors. You're just gonna stay to yourself. Smart, because they're just over there walking. And that's my problem with this movie. I think I'm a little worse than you. I gave it a 2, but it's because I feel bad for the writers. I do, because they're given an IP that has no story, right? There's nothing for them to draw off of. They got to make it all up. And so I think it works as an alien invasion movie. Like as an alien, like as a sci-fi action movie, it's fine. But I feel like it's a little overstuffed. Like they try to do you mentioned it, they try to do too many things. Like, I don't like when they cut to them walking on the mountain, it takes me out of the movie every time. It's like, oh, I don't care about them. Like, I know that's his girl. Just do like the Jack Ryan movies or something. Just put her in a hospital somewhere. And, like she's a physical therapist. Put her in the physical therapy center. True. She's like, oh no, they're coming. Whatever. That's fine. But like, they're just literally walking around. Then they're doing their own mission. All of a sudden, he's like, I gotta serve. I gotta do it. And I get it. I guess it's for the, kind of the rah, the soldier. Cool for him. It was probably a great experience. Like you mentioned, they probably had fun. That guy probably having the time of his life. You know what I mean? Like he gets to play an actual military guy. He gets to be hanging out in Hawaii with a supermodel. He gets to be the tough fight, But for me as a watcher, it's my least favorite parts. And I hate the scientist. He's funny, but he's also kind of annoying because he's like a real wimp, So like, that whole stuff with the satellites could have been cut. And the movie's too long. It's 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Yes.
Hour 45 would have been the sweet spot. And you could cut out all the mountain parts and you have the same movie, but better because it's just tight.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. And that scientist guy reminded me of the annoying scientist guy in Jurassic Park Fallen Kingdom. Is that the one with the kid is like, oh, I can't fly. Oh, yes. You got allergies? And then he's like squirting stuff. I wanted to kick that dude into the volcano. I was like, man, that's the guy. Like, you're right. He was fun at
he had some
points,
funny lines, but he's annoying.
Just like the other guy. Yeah. And I don't understand why these movies have to have that one annoying fucking scientist. It's like, dude, just have a normal scientist. Like, scientists are normal. Like, okay, now you got me into a rant. Why does all these movies that we watch with destruction always have to have scientists that are just quirky and dumb? Like, there's no normal scientist, guys.
Right. Why is every scientist like a weirdo super nerd, like geek?
Yeah. Always have to wear
be normal.
You're right. Always have to wear plaid shirts over a band shirt or
messy hair and glasses.
Yes. Exactly. Curly hair, glasses, nerdy, near the hot chicks, which you already know the hot chick is not going to dig him. Like, I just felt like, why? Like, why can't it just be a normal nerd guy? Like, just a normal dude. Like,
no, never. You got to be the most kind of annoying guy. And then, like, the only line he said that I thought was funny was when that dude comes out to get him when he's working on the thing. And then he's like, hey, there's some weird stuff on the satellite. And he's just like, oh, weird stuff. He's like, yeah, it's really weird. He's like, okay. And then he's like, oh, also, this guy's on the phone. And he's like, oh, why didn't you lead with that? Like, that was kind of funny. Other than that, I don't like him. So, yeah, they could have cut out a lot of stuff. I think they tried their best. But at the end of the day, you mentioned it. This feels like 5 other movies mashed into one, which does make for entertainment, but doesn't necessarily make for the most interesting story. Yeah. That's okay. 2 for me, 3 for you. What's your overall for this one?
Okay, look, overall. While I do hate the nerdy guy and, that towards the last scene with the bad, Marine guy acting and all that stuff, I had a great time with this movie. Now, this is another popcorn movie. Now, it's funny because we did back-to-back G.I. Joe Retaliation, then we did this movie, and I had fun watching both. This was a very back-to-back Hashboro week.
Yeah, it was good.
And it was a good back-to-back. I watched it back-to-back, and I had a great time. I gave this movie a 4. I thought this was a really good movie, and I'm definitely picking this up on 4K. I don't have it on my collection at all.
It looks good. It looks good.
I saw it digitally on Prime. The only thing that I hated was that they had commercials. And I was like, why?
At least Prime only does like 2 ad breaks instead of like...
Well, this one was 1. They put 2 into 1.
Okay, that's good.
And then I was like, okay, great. Because sometimes it takes out my feng shui of watching
Peacock.
Peacock is
7 ad breaks during... Yeah. I'm like, there's like a bunch of little dots. I'm like...
When we did, I forgot what action movie we did, and I had to sit down and watch it, and I was... tight because that was like a 2-hour plus movie plus the stupid breaks. I felt like but anyway, I gave this a 4.
4. Okay, I like this movie. I never disliked it. All right, and then I did read somewhere that, and he never confirmed, but I feel like it's true, Peter Berg made this movie knowing that it was stupid, and because he makes more serious, like kind of human action movies. And the rumor is that he went full on stupid on purpose. Like, I'm gonna make it as big, loud, silly, and entertaining as I can, I'm not going to try to take it serious. See, this is what I wish G.I. Joe Retaliation was, where they tried to like take it serious. This movie's goofy. These people are like Taylor Kitsch. It's funny. The burrito scenes. You're like, what is going on here? This is kind of, but a very intentional. And if you watch it with that point of view, like a director who's skilled, who's a good director.
Oh yeah.
Being like, you know what? I got to make this movie so that I can make the next one. I'm just going to go balls to the wall crazy. And it works for me. I think it's super fun. I've always liked this movie. I never understood. Okay, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say I never understood why people don't like it. I do. But there's also a lot of people who just don't like these kind of action movies. And I get it. I'm not one of them. I enjoy it. I thought it was a lot of fun. It's better than probably 4 of the 6 Transformers movies, at least, if you're going to make that comp, which is fair. That's the comp most people made because it has like a lot of technology and robots and stuff. I think it's better than most of those. Very entertaining, good music cues, good fun cast, except for those 2 having a good time. Liam Neeson, the guy just wants to marry the girl. It's like Top Gun meets The Water meets Transformers meets Independence Day. That's kind of because you got the military aspect, right? Because instead of volleyball though, they play soccer for some reason. There's a soccer scene just so that guy could kick him in the face and they could get in a fight. I like the humor.
Touches him.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got a concussion. Bro, that part is so funny when he kicks the ball. He's like, if you take one more step, I'm going to kill you. You want to die? He kicks the ball like way over the thing. Bro, this movie's funny. I don't care. I give it a 4 as well. I like it. I've never disliked it. I've always liked it, and I will always like it. I just wish they cut out like 25 minutes, and it would have been. I wouldn't give it a 5, but I would think about it for what it is. It's stupid for a stupid movie. Might be peak, So 4 for you, 4 for me. What's your total points?
And it's funny. I think Peter Berg should helm a G.I. Joe movie. I think he'll do a very good G.I. Joe movie. But I give it a 20 out of a 25.
I have a 19 out of a 25. We're only 1 point off. Battleship, dude. Don't listen to the haters. Don't listen to that 34%. Go in with the right mindset. Go in knowing this is a big, dumb, loud action movie, and you'll be entertained. I believe so. If you like that style of action movie. No sequel, by the way, for Battleship. Also, I thought it was cool. Not only did they have the pegs. Remember the scene with the buies where they tried to make it like the game?
Okay,
where they couldn't see each other.
Cool. Yeah.
I mean, you gotta figure out some way to tie in the game. And he's using the buoys, and he's like, he's giving coordinates, and they're like, missed. I like that. I'm like, that was.
And then he changed it up because they were jumping from.
You got to do something.
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
Yeah. So, all right, that is Battleship. Now we're wrapping up this month, or it's not even a full month, but we're wrapping up this franchise and theme in our next 2 episodes. We will be doing the 3rd and final of the live-action G.I. Joe movies with Snake Eyes, G.I. Joe Origins, and then we will be wrapping up our water-based action films with U-571. This is a submarine movie. So we're going under the water, my least favorite place. In real life, I like water and I like swimming. I don't like underwater action. So I haven't seen U-571. I only know of it, but I've never watched it.
Who's in it?
Matthew McConaughey is in it. Directed by Jonathan Mostow, who did Terminator 3. And I don't even remember what else, but I know he did Terminator 3. So yeah, it was, I think I got nominated for some Oscars, if I'm not mistaken. U-571. From the year 2000. Okay. I'm not going to tell you anything else about it because I saved that for the show, but let me just see if it was nominated for any Oscars because I could have sworn.
Yeah, it won 1. It got 4 wins, 10 nominations. Academy it won for Best Sound Editing.
There you go. So it's an Academy Award winner. Yeah. Rare that we do those on this show. So U-571, we're going under the water to my least favorite place. And that's what we got coming up.
Nice. All right, guys. You guys want to follow us in our social media accounts, please follow Nate over on Instagram at Netflix Reviews. Check out the podcast with him and his friends called Netflix Movie Reviews. Anything action movie guys, head over to youtube.com/action movie guys. Subscribe, leave comments on your favorite episodes. And of course, you can take us on the go with the Action Movie Guys podcast, available on all podcast platforms. And of course, you can follow Geeks and Flicks on Instagram and TikTok on the letter Geeks, the letter N, and then of course Flicks. Other than that, he is your host,
Nate from Netflix Reviews.
Be awesome to each other and geek out.